Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Women Speakers Association's WSA TV premiere show. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host, producer, and digital media and marketing strategist. I am also can be found online at transformtoday.com. And I'm super excited because what are we talking about today? A very important topic about activating your personal power to thrive. And we have experts today who I want you to meet and show you the way, the guide that for you, and to get to that personal power from different angles. So here we go. I want to say hi first to Katerina. Hi, Katerina.
Hi, I'm Katerina Rando from San Francisco, California, business mentor extraordinaire to women on a mission at KaterinaRando.com, and I'm the author of Learn to Power Think.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Katerina. And let's say hi to Dr. Bria. Hi.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bria White from Maria del Rey, California, and you can contact me at drbriawhite.com. I am an author, a speaker, and an activist, and I am also the author of Voices of the 21st Century and the Official Parents Handbook.
Lovely. Great to have you here. And hi, Lori.
Hi there, I'm Lori DiGuardi, and I'm coming today from Tucson, Arizona. I'm a personal power expert, a visionary speaker, coach, and author. I'm the author of Anger 101, The Healthy Approach to Being a Bitch, and you can learn more about my work and the women I help at leadwithpersonalpower.com, and I'm glad to be here.
So thank you, Lori, and thank you everyone for being here. And you may think about personal power, people throw that word around, but today we're going to take a really deep dive. So what I want to get into with our experts today, all of you, is how to activate it from your point of view and your expertise. So Katerina, why don't you share with us the importance of activating your personal power in the, in helping people?
Yeah, well, the first thing I want to say is I am anti the idea of fake it till you make it. There's nothing fake about being a powerful woman. And I want to encourage everybody to recognize that what creates personal power is knowing yourself and taking action and getting results. When you start to feel like you're a woman that can make things happen, when you're a woman that uses your voice to create what you want and what you want for yourself and others, that is personal power. So start small. Start with small steps. And I'm a big believer in the fact that done is better than perfect. And what I mean by that is that so many women are trying to figure things out, figure out how to do a workshop, figure out how to do a course, do a group, host an event. The way to do it is to do it, and to recognize that it is in the doing that we learn, and to embrace the fact that your first workshop, your first event, your first course is not going to be the best one. You have to get through that to move on and to be able to serve the people you serve. The longer you wait, the more you push off not only your mastery and your revenue, but you push off your ability to serve.
Oh, love that. Thank you for serving so well here and serving us with those empowering tips and not putting things off and going for it. So, Dr. Bria, tell us about how people can activate their personal power when they're maybe in a more vulnerable position.
Well, I believe that power is knowledge, right? We need to know more things to be able to understand our reality. And so I spend time helping people to understand the relationship rights. You see, after all these years of colleges, no one ever taught me the warning signs of abuse. No one ever taught me my rights or responsibilities of relationships. I didn't know what to do when I got into a difficult situation. And so I'm providing power with knowledge and encouraging people to set boundaries and to understand the rights and responsibilities so that they can have healthy and happy relationships and that they can have power within their own life.
What would be a first step for people setting boundaries to do that?
Well, I think that you should take a look at, what are you expected to do, your rights of a relationship and your responsibilities. You have the right to have a voice. You have a right to keep your friends. You have the responsibility to ask for what you need, also to complain or to bring to the attention of your relationship partner those things that aren't working well for you. And so I want people to learn more about that, but also the warning signs. Many times we're told these happier ever after stories that in order to be a good wife or to live the happy life, that you have to fit into some of these norms and situations, that everybody and every couple has bad times and difficult times. But there are some things that are deal breakers. There's some things that are very, very dangerous. And you need to know how to recognize those so you know whether to stay and work on the relationship or to get out and seek help.
What you're talking about is not for lightweights. I mean, it's pretty deep and takes a lot of courage. And I wanted to ask Lori, what advice do you have to activate your personal power to get the courage to do things like Dr. Bria is talking about?
Mm-hmm. First, I totally agree 100% with Katerina and Dr. Bria. Absolutely. And to me, leading with personal power is all about being in integrity with your authentic self. And that means your body, mind, and soul. And the way it works is to be embodied, to have that embodied awareness. You're not going to be connected to your authentic visionary self and be in integrity if you're living in your head and figuring out life and thinking your way through life. So you have to have that embodied awareness, being grounded in your body, and then make it a practice of connecting to that truth within. And when you're connected, when you're embodied, ask your truth. Who is it asking you to be? And what is it asking you to do? And then trust that and take practical steps towards with that information. That is personal power. And that's how you lead with personal power.
Wonderful. And you said get grounded in your body. What's one thing someone can do to do that?
Right now, wherever anybody's listening from, if you're standing or sitting, you can feel your feet on the floor. You can feel your body in the seat, your clothes on your skin. You can pay attention to your breath and notice how your body knows how to breathe for you. And just bring your energy down. And with every breath, drop your awareness inside. That is an easy thing, and anybody can do it wherever they are.
Beautiful. So taking the three of you together, when we get grounded, we put ourselves in a position to know what we're thinking. We, like Lori said, like Dr. Bria said, then recognize you have a right to set these boundaries, break those patterns, and then do what Katerina said, is move through it, go get it done. Don't make excuses. Don't wait for perfection. Go. Done is better than perfect. So, wow, what a body of wisdom we have here. So let's get to know you a little bit better. I want to know a little bit more about who you work with and what do you do for them and what are you passionate about doing with these people. Katerina, why don't you share?
Well, thank you. For many years now, I've worked with women that have a service business, a coach, a consultant, a wellness practitioner, and I show them how to build influence with public speaking. And the idea is that we start with workshops. We invite people to come to be with us. And as a result, we build influence through the massive value that we give. And then we invite them to work with us. And then after you have clients, I also show women how to do events and retreats, both not only as a revenue stream, but to build community. Because people love to be with like-minded, like-hearted people. They share resources, they share ideas. And in addition to that, the most exciting thing for me this year is that I opened my own center in San Francisco where I host my workshops and groups and invite the community to come and host their own workshops as well. And the reason I opened it was because community is so important to women. We like to connect and collaborate. And that's what I'm about. And I'm happy to serve any woman that wants to be louder and prouder about the value she brings.
That's beautiful. I love how you're activating people's personal power and profession, and then getting them professionally thriving. And thank you for that great work and how exciting for you with the new center. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Dr. Bria, let's hear from you. who do you work with specifically? Tell us a little bit more about your expertise and what you help people do.
Well, I work with parents and teens and community organizations. It is my goal to start a national conversation. I've created a product, a game that's called Like Shopping for Shoes. It's a conversation starter. Because you see, after all those years of education, no one ever talked to me about what a healthy relationship was. No one told me what to do when my knight in shining armor began to hurt me. No one told me it was okay to reach out for help and to share this terrible secret that I had. So what I try to do is get parents to start talking with their students, with their children about these issues and arming them with tools and techniques that they can use to actually find help if they find themselves in this situation. No woman should have to wait until she's trying to find a woman's shelter before she realizes that there were warning signs of abuse all along. No woman should feel less than, regardless of her academic background, economic status, race, or culture, that they find themselves in a situation that is unhealthy for both them and their children. It's knowledge that gives them power. And it's a frightening thing to wake up one day and realize that you can't go home. And I want to give people tools and strategies for what to do if that happens to them. But I'm speaking out because for so long, we've had this as a taboo. No one wanted to say, me too. But I'm saying it today, me too. You're not alone. No more.
It's beautiful. And I'm going to come back to you and ask you more about your story in just a minute. So thank you. Lori, tell us about your expertise. Who do you work with? What do you do with them?
Successful women hire me to help them clarify there is something more that they know exists for them, but they're not sure what it is or how to get it because they're fed up with bending over backwards for a lifestyle that does not support who they are or what they need or what they desire. So I help them reconnect to their truth and give voice to it with the freedom to express it. And the bottom line is that they liberate the authentic visionary within them and start leading with personal power. And then they experience true success, that success that flows from the inside out. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Great. And I want to jump back to Katerina and ask, tell us about someone you helped. How did, you have a story about how you work with somebody to activate them in their dream?
Yeah, everybody has a dream, and a lot of women don't believe that they can get there or they don't see how to get there. And that's why a coach and a community is so important. And I'm thinking of one of my amazing clients, Jaya King, who is a young, vibrant artist. And she really wanted to not only be a full-time artist, but also massively monetize with her art, not be a starving artist, which is traditionally what a lot of artists think their life will be. And what we did was we took what she was doing, her classes, and had her do more classes and do better marketing and be louder and prouder and start speaking. And as a result, she's teaching all over. She's super full. And her artwork is now selling for up to $5,000 per piece. And she is on a trajectory to be a top contemporary artist. And that's what happens when you have ongoing support, ongoing guidance, a structure, a community. And the other thing, Laura, that a lot of people forget that I think is really important is encouragement. Encouragement.
The power of having someone say, you can do this, you got this, it catapults them. I hear you completely. So thank you for the great work and that wonderful story. I know each of you have a great story. So Dr. Bria, I want to hear, how did you come to the work that you're doing?
I found myself one late night trying to decide whether I was going to live or die, because it was obvious to me that at the pressure that's being applied to my neck, that I would die in a moment. And I said to myself, what would happen to my children? It was only after I thought about my children that I found that will to live. I know there are many women out there with secrets. They have the secret that sometimes someone they love hurts them or degrades them or undervalues them or makes them feel less than what they really are. And so I'm reaching out because today, 1 in 3 women are the victims of some sort of abuse, relationship abuse. And so I want this pattern to stop. I want us to have honest conversations about this. In one of my workshops where we were doing the warning signs of abuse with teens and the parents were sitting in the background and disconnected and, sort of just chattering, one of the women stood up and she took note of what we were saying in this exercise. And after the seminar, she came to me and she says, I'm engaged to be married. And as I went through those items with you, I realized that I'm in an abusive relationship. She and I stayed connected for several months and she called off her engagement. And it was an opportunity for me to give her more tools and strategies to have healthier, more meaningful relationships. And that lit me on fire. And today I go around to schools and churches and organizations and anyone who will have me and try to help provide them with the knowledge that is power.
What an important message. And thank you for that powerful story about how not only you helped yourself, but how you started helping other people and continue to do this. Very motivating and very needed in today's world as well, because the more people we empower, and that's why we do this show, the more people, the healthier our world gets overall. So it's really important. So Lori, I want to hear about how you came to the work that you do with your personal coaching, power coaching.
I had a similar story as Dr. Bria, and I was one of those 3 women. So I was born into a life of poverty and physical and sexual abuse. And so when I got married in around 30 and in 1996, my life had changed. It was wonderful. Or so I thought. I was in love with my husband, our 2 babies, our suburban home in Philadelphia, and I was living a dream. And then it turned into a nightmare because my husband left. And he told me all the things that were wrong with me. And probably the worst part was that I believed him. It triggered all of the trauma from the first 28 years of my life, all the abuse. And I got to a point where I could hardly go on, but I too had children. And I thought, you can 4-letter word with me, but don't you dare with my children.
That's right.
And so when I finally allowed myself to get angry, everything changed for the better. My relationships got better. I started to feel more purposeful and fulfilled. And I really started leading my life with personal power. So for me, healthy anger is one of my passions, because if you allow yourself to get angry and connect with that truth, it will not let you be dishonored the second time.
Powerful. Amen. We're all cheering. If you're watching, feel free to like this, heart this, let us know if you can relate to any of this. I'm here watching the comments, and Gail is saying it takes a huge amount of courage to share your story. So thank you for being courageous, for sharing your stories, because I know you are changing lives one empowered woman at a time. And being that role model for empowerment, as we all do it, it kind of becomes osmosis, right? And Katerina, for the work you're doing, for taking people, once they claim their power, to soar into their dreams, and Dr. Bria for getting them to acknowledge it, and Lori for also helping them get through that, is just, you don't have to do it alone, people, especially women. We are here. We got community. That's what we do here at Women's Speakers Association. Join us at joinwsa.com. You obviously get a whole lot more than an organization who speaks. You get the support to move your dreams forward. So be in touch with these women. In fact, I want to hear from each of you, our experts today, that about the value that Women's Speakers Association is to you or has been to you. So Katerina, I'd love to hear from you, because you've been a member quite a while.
Yeah, thank you. Well, there's no place on the planet better to be than a place with like-minded, like-hearted women that are up to something like you. And, you know, we all have different businesses here, and in the association, I do think that we're all in the women empowerment business, and that's the business I'm in. And all speakers have a message to share. And it's been an honor to meet so many amazing women and get inspired by them.
Yeah. There's so much value here just in that nugget. Thank you. And Dr. Bria, how about you? What's the value of Women Speakers Association for you?
I want to echo what Katerina has said. There are so many fabulous women. And the one thing about women is we're caretakers, and we want the best for all of our sisters. And so being a part of the Women Speakers Association has allowed me to bond and to reach out and to share some of my ups and downs and some of my fears about becoming a speaker and telling my truth and putting it in writing and letting the whole world know. And lots of role models here. And I'm really fortunate to be part of this community that's so embracing and loving.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Lori, tell us about the value of Women Speakers Association to you.
Yes, I'm happy to do that. For 25 years, I was an international empowerment leader in Europe and Africa and America. And I learned that you cannot be successful alone. To lead with personal power takes a support team. So for me, being part of Women Speakers Association is the same thing that Katerina and Dr. Bria said. And I love being able to support the women there and have them support me, because what we can do together is far greater than what we can do alone. So that's what I find with Women Speakers Association. Yeah, we're rising together and raising each other up.
Love that. Yes, let's rise together. So we have an invitation for you watching today. If you're not already a member, join us at joinwsa.com. Yes. If you want the added visibility, you're ready to take it to the next level, do kind of some of the things that Katerina has talked about. Do what these women have done and join us at the premier level. We will get the word out about you and help you get that greater visibility. So I look forward to seeing you there. We'll be back with another episode of Women Speakers Association's premier show, giving you more great resources, love and respect and empowerment. And like all of you said, that community. And being a virtual community, we are one of the most powerful virtual communities. We do even get together live from time to time, and we'll be doing more of that over the years. But we have such a tight-knit group online, and we have many ways you can do that. So join WSA.com. Thank you, Katerina, Bria, and Lori. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.